Hi everyone, it's Lydia, aka Thoroughly Rigid, back at it again with another episode of Fusion Fridays, where I combine tarot and astrology to bring you a combination and fusion of advice for the astrological events that are taking place for the collective and for your individual life. In today's video, we will be discussing Venus in Aries. Venus entered the sign of Aries around February 4th of 2025 and will remain in the sign of Aries until March 27th, 2025, where it'll then retrograde back into Pisces until April 30th. It will then go direct until June 6th, 2025. Now, the time I'm filming and posting this, Venus is retrograde right now. It went retrograde March 1st of this year, and the retrograde in the sign of Aries will remain in Aries until April 12th, where it'll then switch into the sign of Pisces while still being in retrograde. Now, what does all this mean? Well, first we have to understand Venus in Aries, Venus in Pisces, Venus retrograde, and then Venus retrograde in Aries and Pisces. Venus in Aries. What is Venus in Aries? Okay, when we have a Venus in Aries transit, we're called to be more direct and upfront in our relationships and our abundance dealings. So Aries adds a level of masculinity to the Venusian energy. Okay, we're not being called to sit back and relax and receive. We're being called to take action. If we want something, we have to take action in some way, shape, or form to obtain what it is we want, what we desire, because Venus is our desires. Okay, so if you want to be with that person, you're going to have to take action in some way. You're going to have to be more impulsive than usual, especially if you're not wired that way. Usually, if you're an overthinker, if you're an overplanner, if you're just a planner in general, you're just gonna have to be more impulsive to get what you want. Okay, to when it comes to love and relationships, when it comes to desires, when it comes to monetary gains, when it comes to abundance, you're gonna have to go after it. Okay, you're just not gonna get what you want if you're not fighting for it. Okay, and it doesn't mean you have to be completely boisterous, because it's still Venusian energy. It's going to be balanced. It's just that you have to implement more masculine energy than usual. And it's quite the opposite when it comes to Pisces. So let's say you want to make more money, because Venus rules money. Then you're going to have to be more proactive. You can't just expect things to come that you desire, because sometimes you can't expect things to just magically appear. Okay, hint, hint. We're getting into that later. But not with Venus and Aries. You're going to have to put in that Mars energy, that proactive energy. Okay, so if you want a raise in your job, you're going to have to ask for it. You're going to have to do more for it. And it's not about overworking or working hard. It's just about taking the necessary steps and actions to get and obtain what you want. If you want to be with that person, you are going to have to ask them out, because that is your desire. It may or may not be their desire, but that's your desire. And so, both people are going to have to do something, and you have to tailor that to your respective roles and how you operate and what's best for you, of course, in your circumstances and situation. But at the end of the day, you have to be proactive, because it's like, okay, let's say you want to be with somebody. If you ask them out, it's either you get an acceptance or rejection. Okay. And at the end of the day, it brings you one step closer to what you actually desire. Because if you want to be with somebody, then you want to be in a relationship, right? You want to take them on dates, or you want to go on dates with them. And if they reject you, that takes you one step closer to the person who will accept your invitation or your proclamation of affection, And if the job is like, no, but you still want to make more money, then you're going to have to find a different avenue. But either way, that action is going to take you one step closer to what you truly desire. And that's what Venus is all about. It's what we truly want and desire. It's what will bring us happiness and fulfillment and abundance and joy. Okay. And not the Venusian, but the Mars energy of Aries that is like, if you want it, this is how you get it. Okay. Because we all have different Venus signs, and that's how you're going to operate on a default. That's how you obtain what you want with that Mars energy, because we all have Venus and we all have Mars in our chart. So we have to work in conjunction. They have to work in conjunction with each other, some way, shape, or form, to obtain what you want. Sometimes you're going to have to lay back and just receive, and sometimes you're going to have to take action. And with Venus in Aries, you're going to have to take action. And then I'm talking about when it's direct, because when it's retrograde, that's a different story. But let's get into the sign of Pisces. Pisces is going to it's going to throw water on that fire and it's going to make steam. Now, we're not completely putting out the embers of that Aries energy, but we are taming it with emotional introspection, especially when it goes into retrograde. Now, once Pisces is going to be reached through retrograde, and then we're going to have a retrograde period, and then it's going to go direct in Pisces, and then it's going to reach Aries again. So let's talk about that retrograde Piscean energy. Now we're in retrograde, we're in Aries, we're in retrograde. And then we go into the sign of Pisces. Let's talk about that transitionary period between Aries and Pisces. So when Venus is in retrograde in Aries, we're not taking direct action. Okay, we're not taking direct action. We're called because, okay, back to my scenarios. If you get rejected through your action, then you have to sit back and reflect. If you get accepted through your action, you have to sit back and reflect. Okay, how do I move forward, going forward with this? Because Aries is very impulsive. It's very impulsive. And so Aries, it's not supposed to think before it does. Okay, it's not supposed to think about what it desires. It's just supposed to desire it. Okay, it's not overthinking. It's just doing. And avoid overdoing. Okay, so let's say you take action towards the desire during that Aries direct period, Venus direct period. And then we go into retrograde. It's still in the sign of Aries. So we're going to reflect on our actions. Now, if our actions got accepted, if we got what we wanted through that action, then, okay, how do I maintain this? What are the next steps I need to take? What are the next actions I need to take when Venus goes direct back into the sign of Aries? That's what we're figuring out, because retrograde is introspection, okay? Internalizing, planning, okay? Thinking through things, reflecting, people. Okay, and Aries is not the best at that, but you're going to be called. That's why this Venus transit is so interesting and strange, because of that introspection, that retrograde in the sign of Aries, which is not keen on it's not keen on reflecting. Okay, reflection. It's funny, when I was shuffling my tarot deck, which we will pull soon enough, the Emperor was on the back of the deck, and that is the main Aries card in tarot. I see the Six of Torches, so success. It's gonna lead us to a success, okay, and what we desire, obtaining what we desire at the end of the day. Okay, so we need to reflect. Were we rejected or were we accepted? Was our offer accepted or not? Okay, and how do we move forward? What action do we want to take when Venus goes direct in the sign of Aries once again? And that's going to be you're going to have to tailor it to how your actions were received during Aries direct and Venus and Aries direct. Okay, so if it was, if you were rejected, you need to reevaluate. Do I want to keep going? Do I want to try again? Do I want to keep going forward with this? Do I want to take action on it again? Or do I need to change course? And then when Venus goes into the sign of Pisces, how do I feel? We're going to check in with our feelings. Now that we've kind of been like, okay, we reflected on our actions, how do we feel? What is this telling us? Okay, what is our feeling telling us? How do we feel about the actions that we just took? Because we reflected, and we're going to figure out how to move forward. Now, how do we feel? We're going to check in with our feelings so that we don't become too impulsive. Okay, we're going to check in with a mediator, and that's going to be Pisces. So when Venus goes direct in Pisces again, we find clarity on what we truly desire. And that's the whole point of this transit. It's finding out what we truly desire and taking the necessary actions to obtain what we truly desire. So that when Venus is direct in the sign of Aries again, that's when we take the necessary course of action to get what we truly desire. Maybe during that retrograde period, we find out, oh, that's not what I really wanted. Or, oh, I didn't feel good about that course of action. Or maybe I need to take a different course of action, or I need to approach this a different way. That's what that retrograde period is, reflection. And so when Venus goes direct, again, especially in the sign of Aries, we've already taken into how we feel about it. And we figured out what we truly desire. Do we truly desire? Do we truly still want this? And you can reflect on if your course of action was accepted and met with positivity. Do you still want this? Do you want to keep moving forward in this direction? Or did you find out, yeah, I know, it was successful. I was successful, but, at what cost? Because we're going to be having to we're going to take action. Pisces is a very sacrificial sign as well. So it's like, what do you need to sacrifice to get what you desire? That's the question too. And is it worth it? Is what you desire worth the sacrifice, worth the action, worth the effort? That's another inquiry that you need to take into account. Another question you need to ask yourself, something to reflect upon. And so when, again, Venus goes direct in the sign of Aries, once again, you know what to do. And it's going to be based on rooted, not in impulsivity, but in truth and the willingness to put effort and action towards what you truly desire and truly want to obtain, so that you can have that joy and fulfillment. Let's pull some tarot to see how it's going to fare in each area of your life. We're going to be doing finances and career, self-improvement, personal improvement, and love and relationships. For the deck, we have the Five of Torches, fighting for what you want, competition. Hello, people. We have one more card. I knew it flipped in there. And then we have the Seven of Torches. It's fighting for what you want. You're learning how to fight for what you desire, what you truly desire, and what you truly want. Okay, let that marinate. Okay, we have the Six of Torches. This is career and finances. The Four of Torches, celebration, success. The High Priestess reversed. I heard jeopardizing, not jeopardizing your intuition. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles, working hard for what you want, putting in the effort. Ace of Torches, taking that necessary action. Three of Swords, again, if you face rejection. Eight of Cups, walking away. Queen of Swords. Okay. Standing up and going directly, stating what you want, taking that direct action to whatever you desire, and putting in that necessary effort, so that you know that, hey, if you don't get the raise or the promotion or anything like that, it's not your fault, because you did everything you could in your power to obtain what you desire. You took action. You didn't hold yourself back. You were honest and truthful, like, hey, this is what I believe I deserve, and I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in that action. And so if your offer gets rejected, if you're not your offer, but your request gets rejected, you could just walk away, because you're like, look, I'm worth more than this. I put in that effort. I took that action. I put in that work. I acted upon my intuition. I trusted it. And no matter what, you're going to be successful because you're putting in that action. You already took that course of action. And so it's not about working harder. It's about working with more passion and desire. And that is what I see in the cards for you. Okay, let's see love and relationships. I just bit my cheek, tongue in cheek. What's that about? Four of Cups, not seeing an opportunity. Prince of Swords, communication. Three of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Swords reversed, which is also communication, but lack thereof. Le Star reversed. Loss of hope. The Lovers reversed. Judgment. And the Empress reversed. Okay, what do we see in these and pertaining to Aries and Venus? Okay. Some of you are not seeing a fresh. Whenever I see the Four of Cups in the love reading, I get like not seeing an opportunity for a fresh start, staying stuck in a stagnant, unfulfilling situation, or waiting for something that is just not there or growing. Judgment call. Some of you may not be seeing the opportunity, for this Empress, Lover, Star, because we have good cards here. Collaboration, communication. A lot of you are holding yourself back from communicating, and that's what I'm getting with the Prince of Swords. You're not holding yourself back from communicating anymore. Judgment. It's like you're believing in what is meant to be. You guys gotta get out of your head. That's what you're being called to do. You're afraid of all this not being true. And so you're being overly harsh with yourself, thus creating this block that's not letting you see the opportunity for all this abundance. We have the Empress, abundance, the Lovers, the Star, Ace of Swords, but you're not taking that necessary action to collaborate with this other person or other people. This could be a collaboration too. It could be work. This could be pertaining to anything. It could be pertaining to love, work, family, collaborations. I mean, I see it all. It's like you're not seeing the opportunity. You're not seeing the opportunity. You're being called to be a little impulsive here and just take that risk. Make that judgment call. Go after it. That's what I see there. Okay, it's just time. Like the cards are saying, it's time with judgment. Like you're safe and protected, and whatever collaboration, relationship, love is meant to be is gonna be, but you need to take that first step. Yeah, stop just sitting back and watching. Five of Pentacles. Okay, we have self-improvement. Five of Pentacles. The Morning reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Two of Swords reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Tower reversed. And the Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so when I was shuffling and saw the cards coming out, I already had so many messages. And they were mainly pertaining to decision making and waiting. So it's like you already had the patience and planning stage. You are letting go of indecisiveness. That is what you are working on during this retrograde, during this transit. It's teaching you to be more decisive. It's like no more waiting to begin. No more waiting for the perfect opportunity. No more waiting for a tower moment. No more patience and planning. No more indecisiveness. No more confusion. No more overwhelm with all the options in front of you. And with the Five of Pentacles, excuse me, being the only upright card here, it's almost like it's not even like I'm not getting a negative, because I'm trying to find an interpretation on how to relate this, and you know, and I'm not getting negativity. I'm not getting like, oh, you have a lack mindset or whatever. I'm getting you're not being overwhelmed. Like you're narrowing stuff down. You're simplifying things. Because again, we're combating that overthinking energy. That overwhelm. It's like by simplifying things, you're seeing more avenues and gateways towards abundance, specifically. Because when you're overwhelmed and you can't make a decision, you're void. But even if you have one or two things, you still have those things with that decisiveness. And so it's like you're pinpointing, again, what did I say when I was explaining the signs and retrograde and direction, whatever. I was talking about checking in with your feelings. Do I truly want this? Is this what I truly desire? Instead of being scattered and be like, I want this and I want that and I want this, because all of I want is coming from a lack mindset. That's what it is. And you're getting rid of that. You're getting rid of that lack mindset through overwhelm. So once you narrow down what you truly desire, you eliminate the overwhelm and you eliminate the feeling of lack, because you're acknowledging what you do have, even if it is a little bit. You still have, because when you're in that overwhelmed state, it's because you feel like you don't have those things. You feel like you want everything because you don't have. And so we're eliminating that lack mindset through decisive action, decisive reasoning, decisive deduction. Okay? Well, that is all I have for this Fusion Fridays. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe for more. Comment down below how this transit has been affecting you. Do you feel this energy? And are you ready for this back and forth that's going to force you into introspection and action and decisiveness? Good luck during these transits, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.